Hello and welcome to another episode of UK Boating. I'm Rebecca Bruce and here's a look at what's coming up in the next half hour.
We visit Saul Marina, right in the heart of beautiful Cotswold surroundings. Andy Harris shows us how solar panels can save us boaters money. And Rebecca learns all about the history of the Sapperton Tunnel, England's longest tunnel of any kind when it first opened over 200 years ago. But first, the Cotswold Canals Trust was founded in 1972 and is tasked with the protection and restoration of the Stroud Water Navigation and the Thames Severn Canal. Both these waterways date from the latter half of the 18th century and sections are now undergoing significant restoration.
With the help of various partnerships, a huge restoration project is underway. I'm here to meet some of the individuals working behind the scenes to bring this unique corner of the country back to its former glory. So Clive, can you tell us a little bit about the history of the Trust and how it all came about?
History of the Trust, actually it's a significant time for the Trust at the moment because we're just 1 year short of 40 years ago when the thing that sort of started the whole thing off happened. And what it was, there was a couple called Mike and Beryl Ayland, and they were young activists then, and they're still activists now. And they lived down near the River Severn, near Saul. And 40 years ago, quite unusually, they were invited on a canal boat holiday with some friends up in Rugby.
Right.
Because they're activists, they decided they ought to find out about locks. And so they walked the entire 7 miles of the Stroud Water Navigation from down near Saul into Stroud. And they were faced with what they described as a sort of scene of dereliction and decay. The rotten gates and fallen over and so on, and weeded up the canal. And because they were activists, they carried on walking and went straight to Stroud subscription rooms. Yeah. And there they booked a small room, it's called the George Room, to seat 30 people. They walked from there to the local newspaper office. And remember, all this is 40 years ago. And they booked an advert in the paper to say those interested in saving the Stroud Water Canal assemble a month hence. Well, they turned up for that meeting, and the 30-seater room was not adequate to house the over 300 people that turned up for that meeting. Incredible. In response to that advert.
John, can you start off by explaining about the Canal Partnership to us, please?
Yes. The Canal Partnership is an overarching grouping that includes Cotswold District Council, Stroud District Council, Gloucestershire County Council, Wiltshire Council, the Cotswold Canals Trust, the Waterways Trust and others. And it's designed to deliver the restoration and opening of the Cotswold Canals as a whole. Okay, well we're involved with what we call Phase 1A of the restoration, which is 6.5 miles starting either side of Stroud, and it's designed to bring regeneration to Stroud and the surrounding district, and that's fully funded by the Heritage Lottery Fund and the now defunct South West Regional Development Agency. And we are ongoing with that. There are contractors working in various locations at the moment, and lots of work, of course, being done by volunteers as well.
Well, today we're reinstating the old towpath and putting down Taram, gravel boards and Type 1 gravel, wheelbarrowing it in. We've got about 10 or 15 volunteers here today, but we could always do with more. They're members of the community that want to put something back normally, but it comes from, there's an entire range from young people to older people like myself. We just come along, we have a good day, we have a great deal of fun, and we enjoy it.
The idea of using volunteers is to attract that match funding. It's to give local people and people interested in the canal a sense of ownership of the project, and to get local people involved in the restoration itself.
So overall, what are the aims and the objectives of the Trust now that you're sort of up and running, you've got to this stage?
Quite. Well, the fact is we're dealing with 36 miles, 56 locks. And we've got to do that bit by bit. And it can't all be done. And you don't start from one end and work yourself slowly through. And so our intention, the ultimate intention, is to rejoin the two great rivers of this country, the Severn and the Thames. Come along and join us, I think. There's camaraderie, there's fun, there's certainly some jobs to be done. And go to cotswoldcanals.com and there's a page on there about information for volunteers, which leads you onto our volunteers management system, where you simply tick a box. Yeah. And the next thing you know, you've got somebody dropping you an email or ringing you up, inviting you to the next work party or to come and find out more.
Sole Junction Marina is set in the heart of beautiful Cotswold surroundings at the junction of the Gloucester and Sharpness Canal and the Stroudwater Canal. Close by is the village of Frampton-on-Severn, which, besides a few pleasant pubs, boasts the longest village green in England.
Well, it doesn't get much better than cruising through the heart of the Cotswolds. So I'm here to meet some of the staff and moorers at Sole Junction to see if the marina is as impressive as its surroundings. So Bob, take us through a little bit about the history of the marina and how it came about.
Yes, basically 3.5 years ago this was a field. It was dug out by a company called Landing Water, who sold the marina just over a year ago to another company called Lakeland Leisure Estates Limited. The marina is situated along the Sharpness and Gloucester Canal. We are halfway along, 8 miles each side. We're also at the junction of the Stroudwater navigation, which hopefully is under restoration and will go all the way to Lechlade. There's obviously the sites along the canal. At the end you can go out onto the estuary at Sharpness, which links up generally to Bristol, where you can get on the Kennet and Avon, and the other end you go through the lock gates at Gloucester, which links up to the general navigations throughout England.
So can you tell us a little bit about how you ended up at this marina and why you chose here?
Well, we've been coming down here for the last couple of years, really, sort of walking around and thinking, well, what a nice lifestyle and what a nice way to do things. Yeah. We like the look and the feel of this, and quite frankly, I mean, when we were looking around, I mean, the people here were just so nice, and they are the lovely people all over the marina. It's so nice and welcoming. It was an easy choice, really.
Yeah, being on a boat at all was an adventure for us. We'd come back from France after 7 years of running a B&B and did not want to live on a housing estate. So we developed our idea about learning about a boat. We took one on, and we just happened to take it on at Sole Junction. And we heard that they were building the marina here. It was due to open shortly after we'd arrived. Right. So we had first pick of a mooring, and we decided it would be sensible for us rather than continuous cruising, and it's been wonderful.
We've 284 moorings. At the moment we've probably got about 265, 270 boats in with us. Length of stay is anything. You can stay as long as you like or as less as you like, as long as we've got space.
Everything's very easy, really. It's nice, very nice. We've been in lots of marinas over the years, and certainly this is our first narrow boat, but for narrow boating or small boat sailing on the river, this is ideal. It's a lovely spot. On the boat with us we've got 2 dogs, which are very much part of the family, because in Portugal we couldn't have dogs. And we've had them since puppies, very welcome. There's lots of dogs here, good facilities. We've got dog moorings by the office or by the facilities if you need to leave them. And everyone's very friendly and welcoming.
What facilities would they be able to find at this marina?
Well, obviously one of the undoubted advantages of being in a marina is to be able to plug in at the end of your boat to the mains electricity and to have water on the bollard, fresh water available. It's just terribly convenient. But we also have a good chandlery up in the office now. They've developed that over the time they've been open. And behind that there are 3 loos and 2 very good showers. That's this side of the marina. And a similar arrangement on the other side, but with a laundry facility for those who don't have a washing machine on board.
We've got all the modern facilities for our boaters. We've got the pump out, Elson disposal, coal, gas, wood, diesel, everything modern boater needs.
I mean, it's not a luxury kind of marina, but actually I rather prefer it like this. As it's settled in and the plants have developed and the trees are growing, it's a natural setting which we like very much.
Yeah, I bet it's been great to see it from the beginning. Actually.
Oh, it's been lovely. Yeah. And also, because we're so near Slimbridge down the road, we get a lot of escapees in the way of strange and wonderful ducks, and that's been absolute joy to have them round us.
How lovely.
For small boats there's the slipway, which is very handy, and everyone here is very welcoming, so you know, nothing's too much trouble. If you need anything, you ask. There's a good chandlery here, which is very useful. And if they haven't got it, they'll get it for you.
But here and right next door to us, we're very, very lucky to have Ben Self, who is the local boat safety examiner. But he's also a very, very good person in himself. If you need a hand, he'll give you a hand. If you need to ask him a question, if you want answers to whatever, that's the man to go to.
It's a great life, you know, because everybody knows everything about everybody, which is handy, because if I've got to, I don't know, go out for the day, I know my boat is safe here. I know we don't lock our doors even. It's a fantastic lifestyle, absolutely. I wouldn't be doing anything else.
Is there anything that you can see that they could add or improve on it with the facilities?
If I go out late at night, of course the gates are locked. I have to get out of the car, unlock the gate, then I have to lock it back up again afterwards. It kind of takes time, and I know they have in mind that they're going to put electronic gates in, but I mean that would be the big improvement.
And how would you rate it in terms of value for money?
Well, I have done great research about comparative prices in marinas. I'm very happy with what we pay, and actually we did go down. Can I name another marina? Yeah. We went down to Bath. We didn't actually like the marina there, it's very cramped, and we looked at some moorings just outside the marina on the river, and they were almost double what we pay here. So I would say that this is value for money.
Everything else here is, you know, I mean, it is as you see it. I mean, it's a very nice, very comfortable place. Yeah. It's fabulous surroundings, great people, and it really truly is a really, really nice place to be.
So there we are, Sole Junction Marina, the perfect spot from which to enjoy the uniquely beautiful Cotswolds scenery. For more information and details of how to book, visit their website at www.solemarina.co.uk.
Well, that's it for part one, but join us again after the break, when we'll be staying in the Cotswolds to learn more about the historic Sapperton Tunnel, and Andy Harris will be talking to us about solar-powered boating.